Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. This is Sunita Gladys Kanaka from Punvidyashram. Good morning, students. How are you? Are you all right? Good. Welcome to the English class. Today, I am planning to do the textual exercises and notes of India at Play, then grammar topic articles and writing skills formal letter. This is part 2 of India at Play. Are you ready to learn? Did you watch part 1 of India at Play? It was talking about a few ancient games like Kho-Kho, Kabaddi, Gilli Danda, wrestling, chess, Kit-Kit and kite flying, which is popular even today. These traditional games give us our identity. Now, comprehension check. First one, match the columns. The words on the left-hand side are Kit-Kit, Chaturanga, Bhima, Independence Day and Dandibiyo. And words on the right-hand side are wrestler, escargot, gilli danda, chess and kite flying. Now we are going to match Kit-Kit. It will go along with escargot, Chaturanga, chess, Bhima, wrestler, Independence Day, kite flying and Dandibiyo, gilli danda. Very good. Excellent. Now B. Complete these sentences. First one. Annual village wrestling competitions in India are called dangals. Kabaddi requires great control of one's breath. A game similar to cricket is gilli danda. Very easy, isn't it? Now, word study. Some words that are commonly used in sporting vocabulary are given below. Write the name of the sports in which they are used alongside. Choose the words from the box. The words in the box are chess, cards, basketball, tennis, billiards, gymnastics, cricket and badminton. Now, the words from the sporting vocabulary. First word is somersault. It goes along with gymnastics. Dunk. Dunk is actually a type of basketball shot. So dunk will go along with basketball. Crease. That is cricket. Shuttle. Badminton. That is very easy. Stalemate. Chess. Cue. Cue is the stick in the billiards. Okay, so cue, billiards. Ace, tennis. And shuffle, cards. Is that clear? We all know that English is a very flexible language. A word's meaning is derived not only from how it is spelled or pronounced, but also from how it is used in a sentence. Now we'll do the next exercise. Fill in the blanks with the words given above. Note that the words have been used in non-sporting contexts in these sentences. Add s or ed where required. The words are somersault, dunk, crease, shuttle, stalemate, cue, ace and shuffle. The circus clown somersaulted twice before diving through the ring. The next one. Even after long discussions, the stalemate continued with no solution in sight. Stalemate is the answer. Third one. As a result of the class shuffle, many of my friends are now in the other section. Shuffle is the answer. Sarita stood behind the wings of the stage, giving cues to Madhavi to help her deliver the dialogues. Here cues means signals for action. Fifth one, the toddler dunked the teddy bear into the bucket full of soap water. Here dunked means dip. No one can beat Shania. She is an ace in everything she does. Ace means a person who excels. Harish has to shuttle between Delhi and Mumbai to keep his job and look after his family at the same time. Just going to and fro. Even ironing could not straighten the stubborn crease on the dress. Crease means wrinkle. Now listening. Your teacher will read out some interesting facts about the famous snake boat race of Kerala. Listen carefully and answer these questions. Now I am going to read a passage for you. When I read, you listen the passage carefully and answer the following questions. Okay, can I start? The backwaters of Kerala are usually serene and peaceful, but once a year they become a sports arena for the legendary snake boat race called Vallam Kali. The boat races are held in autumn during the festival of Onam. The boats are narrow and canoe-like, but unlike the canoe, they are about 100 feet long and can carry up to 110 rowers. One end of the boat is designed to look like a serpent's hood, hence the name snake boat. Yeah. Are you ready with the answers? Okay. Now, the first question. The backwaters of Kerala are usually peaceful. Second one, the legendary boat race of Kerala is called Vallam Kali. The boat races are held in autumn. The boats are narrow and canoe-like. The boats can carry up to 110 rowers. The boat races are associated with the festival of Onam. The boats are called snake boats because one end of the boat is designed to look like a serpent's hood. Very good. Excellent, children. Keep it up. Now, time to read notes. Roman number 1, synonyms. The lesson, India at play. First one, amusement, entertainment. Commoners, common people. Agility, swiftness. Boast, talk with excessive pride. Opponent, someone who competes. Raiding, here entering the area of the opposing team. Accomplished, here it means expert or famous. Nobility, a class of people of high rank. Entangle, twist. Striker, here the player who hits the gilly. Frenzy, great excitement. Legacy, tradition or heritage. Strategies, plan. Now antonyms. Ancient, modern. Popular, unpopular. Opponent, ally. Medieval, modern. Entangle, release. Rural, urban. Originated, ended. Roman number 3. Identify the name of the game or sport from the given clues. First one. A game of great agility and alertness. In ancient times, it was played on raths. Kho-kho. Second one. A game of breath control, raiding and dodging. India has always won gold in Asian Games. Kabaddi. This game symbolizes bravery and strength. Sushil Kumar, Geeta and Babita Phagot have gained international fame in this sport. Wrestling. Next one, a game played for pure enjoyment. It is similar to cricket. Gilli Danda. Fifth one, this game tests the player's skill at balancing and aiming. It is known as hopscotch in England. Kit Kit. Next, you need a sharp mind to play this game. It is originated in India. Chess. Now answer the following. First, question and answer. Why was Coco called Ratera in ancient times? Answer. Coco was called Ratera in ancient times because it was played on ruts or chariots. Now, second question and answer. Which character in the Mahabharata is the inspiration behind the game of Kabaddi? How is the character an inspiration? Abhimanyu in the Mahabharata is the inspiration behind the game of Kabaddi. Abhimanyu got trapped in the Chakra Vyuha created by his enemies. The maneuvers used by both Abhimanyu and his enemies against each other probably inspired the techniques of touching and dismissing opponents, as well as breath control, raiding and dodging in the game of Kabaddi. Third question and answer. What joyous occasions are associated with kite flying today? Today, kite flying is associated with the joyous occasions of Independence Day on 15th August and Makar Sankranti. The International Kite Festival is also held during Makar Sankranti in Gujarat. Now, fourth question and answer. How did the game of chess spread from India to other countries of the world? Answer. India is credited with the origin of the game of chess. According to the Persian poet Firdausi, an Indian king sent Chaduranga or chessboard to the king of Persia, and from there the game spread to the other countries of the world. Now the next Roman number, think and answer. First question and answer. The traditional games contain in them the spirit of a history. Explain this statement. Answer. The traditional Indian games has existed even before the Mahabharata was written. In ancient India, Coco was played on chariots, while chess originated in India and spread across the world. Abhimanyu and Bhima from the Mahabharata inspired Kabaddi and wrestling respectively. Kite flying was a favorite pastime of the medieval nobility. Second question and answer. Do you think traditional games of India are not given the importance they deserve? Give reasons. Answer. The traditional games of India had existed even before the Mahabharata was written. But in the modern times, their status is dwindling in the face of more popular sports like cricket and tennis. Here ends the notes for India at Play. Now, grammar topic, articles. As it is a known topic, I am planning to give only the rules. I think not much explanation is needed. And I am going to do only 2 exercises, that is A and E. The rest you can do when you get the textbook, or you can pause the video and do the exercises as I am posting it. Is that clear, students? The words a, an, and the are called articles. They are used before nouns and help us to refer to nouns in general or specifically depending upon the situation. A and an are indefinite articles. We use them with singular countable nouns when talking about them the first time. A is used before nouns that begin with a consonant or consonant sound, and an is used before nouns that begin with a vowel or vowel sound. The is the definite article. It is used when we refer to a specific noun or when we refer to a noun which we have already spoken about that before. We use definite article the before singular nouns that represent a whole class, the names of holy books, the names of important buildings, adjectives that are used as nouns, the superlative form of adjectives, the names of things that are unique, the names of oceans, rivers, deserts, mountain ranges, and certain countries. We don't use articles before proper nouns, abstract nouns used in a general sense, plural countable nouns used in a general sense, and substances used in a general sense. Shall we do the first exercise, children? Okay. Complete this email with the correct articles. Dear Vivek, you will be delighted to know that I have joined Dash Adventure Club, my school. Next month, Dash school plans to take us to Dash Himalayan foothills for trekking and camping. For this trip, we have to carry Dash sleeping bag, Dash umbrella that can be folded, Dash water bottle, and Dash pair of spikes. When we return, I'll write you again with lots of pictures of Dash hills. Love, Beena. Now you pause the video and find the answers. Now I am going to read the email again with answers. Okay? Dear Vivek, you will be delighted to know that I have joined an adventure club in my school. Next month, the school plans to take us to the Himalayan foothills for trekking and camping. For this trip, we have to carry a sleeping bag, an umbrella that can be folded, a water bottle, and a pair of spikes. When we return, I'll write to you again with lots of pictures of the hills. Love, Beena. Now listening. Your teacher will read out a passage about seashells. Listen and fill in the blanks to complete the text. Now I am going to read a passage for you, and as I read, you try to find the answers. At least you try to write only the answers in your notebook. Is that clear? Okay. If you want to be a shell collector, you should know something about differently shaped shells and their names. The little snail-shaped shell called the bleeding tooth looks like a human tooth with a broad red patch. The patch is at the base of the shell and it gives the impression of an injured tooth. The heart-shaped shell looks like a heart and the grinning tongue shell looks like a broad human smile. The ruffled oyster found on the Pacific Islands looks like a flower. The star shell has star-like rays. Shells are easy to find along seashores and on beaches. See Shell collection is an economical and interesting hobby. Here ends the grammar topic, articles, and now I am moving on to the formal letter format. I'll give you the format. Your teacher will give you a question, and after receiving the question, you can write a letter and post it in your group when she asks you to do so. Formal letters are official letters. Now, format for formal letter. Sender's address, expanded date, receiver's name and address, subject, salutation, main content of the letter, subscription or closing remarks, name and signature. Here ends part 2 of India at Play. In this video, I have completed the textual exercise of the lesson India at Play, grammar topic articles, and writing skills topic formal letter. I request you to go through this session with rapt attention as it is a long session. Thank you very much for your kind cooperation. Bye from Sunita Gladys Kanaka. Thank you.